That time again, and unfortunately it's the last song of the Turn to Stone album. This is Can You See Me? Oh yeah. Yes indeed, this is quite a laid back tune, this one. All about rhythm, all about groove, I think, this song, if I'm honest. Let's turn that down a little bit. Yeah, so, Can You See Me? Don't even know where I got the title from, to be honest. You can definitely tell, I will give it this, that you could hear the Load album kind of influence on this. Very bluesy. But I do like those kind of songs where it's got a groove and it's telling something, telling a story. Can you see my pain as I walk alone? Do you even think to care? I think this was more about, I'm not drawing on experience, but it was more, I kind of imagine this person just not being recognised for what they do. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of a prophetic thing, because I do all this and I don't really get much coming back from it. I don't know. Probably a bit deep, that, but I suppose telling these stories, I'd encourage anybody to tell your story, because if nobody knows about your story, nobody knows, anything about what you're trying to achieve. So I suppose with these songs, the more you get insight into them, I suppose it gives you the edge to go and listen to these songs and tell what that story is. Can you see me running? Can you see me calling? Do you know what? I've got a feeling I've got something in the back of my head that might come from Mike and the Mechanics or something. I really don't know. I think they had a Can You See Me Running? Yeah, could have been. I don't know. Can you take the time to shelter me? Can you stop me falling? Wow, pretty deep. I think I remember this song being a pretty deep song, and it had a lot of feel to it. Yeah, casting my mind back. I think I remember just sitting there, come up with this groove at first, but I can kind of hear it now when I listen back. There was probably a heavy element of taking in a lot of osmosis of Metallica stuff back then. It was very bluesy, I think. Some of the Alice in Chains things as well, and yeah, so I can kind of hear where it kind of bled through a bit. But it was an interesting song, this, because it was very long. I think there's quite a lot of ideas in here as well. I think as well, I always liked the whole idea of telling stories, but I think this kind of came from when Metallica did One, and you hear that whole story of, no arms, no legs, that kind of thing, but it was a whole structured story with loads of movement and different moods to the song. I think as well, Thorn Within, that kind of influenced me a little bit, I think, because I loved how I had all these moods and feels to it. But yeah, I think this is where I was kind of expanding me writing and playing, doing, trying to do different things, trying to do different musical influences, if you want to call it that. But yeah, let's all listen to the solo. I think it was banging to melody at the time. I think I remember as well, it casting my mind back. Do you remember Hero of the Day? When you hear that song, it's got a very simple solo, but I thought this kind of needed a simple enough solo feel. Going from up there to down there to off we go. Lots of different places this song went, not just lyrically, I'd say musically. I do remember having fun writing this though, because it was. I do like to write a song that's a bit long, if I'm honest. Yeah. Turning round riffs as well, kind of recycling the original riff. Yeah, I think this song needed to be at the end because it was a closure of an album for me. It just needed to have something, just some substance to close off the album, if that makes sense. I think I like to do that. It's a bit like writing a book. I like to just put that one song that just finishes it all off and kind of leaves you wanting more. I don't know. I think I kind of do that on most of the albums. Also, I think I did it on the Foundation album, actually, the latest one. But hey, we're not going to go into that. Anyway, the next album after this is going to be Evolution. So we'll be going back to 2000. Well, I suppose we're going back from now, but we'll be going forward from 2001 to 2005. And that's going to be interesting, because that was the shift from going from your little digital 8-track that I always keep talking about over to start recording on computers, and that opened a whole new world of creativity for me. And yeah, there were some great songs on there, definitely. Instrumentals, all sorts of stuff, but that is for another video, as we always say. So if you want to check this album out, don't forget Turn to Stone. This is the album that was the first kind of blueprint for KRANIUS. So yeah, you'll get it on Bandcamp. You'll probably find it on YouTube. All the links are going to be there in the descriptions anyway. You'll see it all on the channels. This has been an absolute blast, going back in time and going in my own mind and trying to figure out what I was doing. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this album as much as I've gone back trying to listen to it and figure out what was going on at the time. But sometimes it's good to go back to know where you're going forward. So with that, I'm going to leave you. I hope you enjoyed these little stories. I shall see you on the next one. Stay safe, stay metal, take care, and we'll have a blast on the next album. I shall see you. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Ciao.